Imagine waking up not with a groan, but with a genuine sense of energy and real mental clarity, actually ready to tackle whatever the day throws at you. What if the secret to a more productive life, maybe a calmer, more fulfilling life, what if it wasn't about finding more hours in the day, but about radically rethinking how you start it?
It's a scenario we hear about so much, isn't it? So many of us, we roll out of bed and our brain just feels, well, stuck in sleep mode. And the first instinct is often grabbing for coffee, or maybe even worse, grabbing our phone. It's like this desperate first attempt to just kickstart the day.
No, definitely. The phone first thing, that's a killer.
It really is. You're hit with this barrage, notifications, news headlines, social media comparisons, sometimes before your feet even touch the floor.
Yeah.
And it leaves you feeling overwhelmed before you've even properly begun. You're trapped in this cycle of just reacting to things.
Yeah, reacting instead of acting. It drains you before, noon sometimes. You feel like you're constantly playing catch up with your own life.
Exactly. Living on the back foot.
That feeling of being perpetually behind, it's such a mental and emotional drain. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. This isn't just about the rigid idea of waking up earlier. It's really about waking up better, more intentionally, with a sense of purpose.
Right.
So today we're doing a deep dive into the science, yes, but also the practical stuff. Building a morning routine that genuinely fuels your body and your mind for success. We'll unpack some surprising facts, get into the subtle ways your brain works first thing, and offer simple but really powerful habits. Habits that can turn that chaos into, well, your most strategic advantage.
Get ready for some insights, some real strategies.
Yeah, because a bolder, better you. It might just be a few intentional morning habits away.
Absolutely. And to really grasp how to transform our mornings, we need to start with the foundation. Why do mornings actually matter, beyond just getting out of bed? And how can we set the stage for success? Because it's not just some random block of time, that first waking hour. It's fascinating, chemically speaking.
Okay, the brain chemistry. Let's get into that. Because that feels like where the real magic or maybe the challenge begins. We hear about cortisol a lot, right? And the immediate thought is stress, fight or flight, the stress hormone.
Exactly. That's the common association.
But you're saying in the morning, it's different.
It is. In the morning, cortisol is actually part of your body's natural wake-up process. Its levels naturally peak about, 30 to 45 minutes after you wake up. It gives you that initial alert push, helps you shake off the sleepiness. It's vital for initiating alertness.
Okay, so that like nature's alarm clock built in.
Precisely. Think of that initial surge as your body getting you ready for the day's demands. But here's the thing. While cortisol gives you that initial boost of alertness, it's not really designed for sustained, complex mental work.
Yeah.
Its effectiveness for, say, decision-making or deep focus can get depleted pretty quickly, especially by something we call decision fatigue.
Right. And then there's the other player, dopamine.
Yes, dopamine, often called your reward buddy, but it's so much more complex. Dopamine is fundamentally tied to motivation, your drive, the pursuit of goals. So while cortisol primes you for alertness, dopamine primes you for action, for seeking rewards.
Alertness versus action. That's a really key distinction. And you mentioned decision fatigue. That's a big one. How does it drain us so early? I mean, making decisions seems like what we do all day.
It is, but decision fatigue isn't just a vague feeling of being tired. It's a measurable cognitive drain. Every single small decision, even the seemingly trivial ones like hitting snooze or what to wear or should I have eggs or cereal or which notification should I check first, each one consumes glucose. Precious glucose in your prefrontal cortex.
The executive function part of the brain.
Exactly. Planning, self-control. That's where it happens. And every choice, no matter how tiny, depletes this finite mental resource. Imagine your brain starting with a fully charged battery. Each little decision draws down that power. If you wake up and instantly face a dozen choices, you're draining that battery fast, maybe before you've even had breakfast.
So, okay, our brain's got this unique morning mix. Cortisol for alertness, dopamine needed for drive, and this limited willpower getting chipped away by micro-decisions. It really highlights the power of being intentional, doesn't it? Being proactive right from the start.
Absolutely. By creating solid morning habits, you're essentially automating that first hour, or part of it anyway. You bypass the chaos of all those little decisions, and you move straight into productive, maybe even feel-good action.
It's like pre-programming success.
Kind of. Being consistent trains your brain. It starts to expect success and clarity, not stress and what do I do now? Those first few intentional moves, maybe it's drinking water, maybe it's 5 minutes of stretching, maybe making your bed, they send this powerful signal: I've got this, I'm in control.
And that's not just for, CEOs or productivity gurus.
Not at all. This is for busy parents juggling schedules. It's for ambitious professionals in demanding jobs. It's really for anyone who just wants more focus, more energy, and less of that morning madness. It's about building a routine that minimizes those early decisions, preserving your mental energy for the things that really need it later in the day.
I love that idea, preserving mental energy by automating the start. Now, before we even get into the what to do in the morning, let's talk about the launch pad, your sleep, the environment. Because what happens before you wake up feels just as crucial, maybe even more so.
Absolutely. It's foundational, non-negotiable, really.
You could have the best routine planned, but if you're running on fumes from poor sleep,
It's an uphill battle. The most vital piece here is a consistent sleep schedule. And I mean really consistent. Going to bed and waking up around the same time every single day, yes. Even weekends, even holidays, as much as possible.
the weekend dilemma. Why is that consistency so critical? What's happening physiologically?
It all comes down to strengthening your body's natural internal clock, your circadian rhythm. This rhythm is governed mainly by a tiny part of your brain, the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN. Think of it as the master clock.
Okay.
It synchronizes almost everything: hormone release, body temperature, digestion, to a roughly 24-hour cycle. When you stick to a schedule, you reinforce the SCN signals. It makes waking up feel more natural, less jarring, and it dramatically improves your sleep quality.
So you're basically training your body when to be alert and when to power down.
Exactly. When you deviate wildly, like sleeping in super late on Saturdays, you give yourself what researchers sometimes call social jet lag. It messes with that internal clock, making Monday mornings feel even harder.
Social jet lag. That perfectly describes that Monday morning feeling. Okay, consistent schedule, number one. What about preparing for sleep? That wind down ritual people talk about. It's not just about flipping a switch, right?
Definitely not. It's about easing into it, signaling to your body and brain that it's time to transition. So in the hour, maybe even 90 minutes before your target bedtime, engage in relaxing activities. Things like reading a physical book, important to avoid that blue light from screens.
Right, the physical book part is key.
Yes. Or listening to soft, calming music. Maybe some gentle stretching or deep breathing exercises. Diaphragmatic breathing is great. This ritual acts like a bridge. It helps lower your core body temperature, quiet the mental chatter, and kickstarts melatonin production, your natural sleep hormone.
Like telling your brain, okay, shutting down, procedures initiated.
Pretty much. And consistency here is key too. Doing the same few relaxing things nightly builds a powerful association with sleep.
And just as important as what you do is what you avoid, I imagine. What are the big sleep saboteurs we need to watch out for?
Oh, there's several common culprits. Caffeine is a big one, especially in the afternoon or evening. Remember, caffeine has a half-life of about 5 to 6 hours, so that 3 p.m. latte, half of it might still be buzzing around in your system at 8 or 9 p.m.
Wow, that long.
Yep. It directly interferes with melatonin and deep sleep. Heavy, rich, or spicy meals too close to bed are another issue. They can cause indigestion, heartburn.
Ugh, definitely disruptive.
And they raise your core body temperature, which hinders sleep onset. Alcohol is deceptive too. It might make you feel drowsy initially.
Right, the nightcap effect.
But it actually fragments your sleep later in the night. It prevents you from getting into those really deep restorative sleep cycles.
So being strategic about cutoff times for caffeine, heavy food, alcohol, crucial. What about the actual bedroom environment?
Paramount. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary purely for sleep and intimacy. Make it as quiet as possible. Use earplugs if you need to. It needs to be pitch black. Even tiny lights from chargers can disrupt melatonin. Blackout curtains are your friend here.
Okay, dark and quiet. What else?
And cool, this is really important. The ideal temperature for sleep for most people is between 60 and 67 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 15 to 19 Celsius. Your body naturally lowers its core temperature to initiate sleep, so a cool room helps that process.
60 to 67, that's quite cool.
It is, but it makes a difference. And if noise is unavoidable, a white or brown noise machine can be fantastic. It masks distractions, creates a consistent soundscape. Think of it like creating a cool, dark, quiet cave.
A sleep cave, I like it. Now, for those trying to shift their wake-up time earlier, maybe just 30 minutes earlier, but it feels like climbing Everest, what's a sustainable way to adjust the alarm?
Please resist the urge to make a huge jump overnight, like going straight from 8 a.m. to 6 a.m. That's a recipe for feeling awful and giving up.
Been there, done that, doesn't work.
Right. Your body needs time to adapt. The best way is gradual. Move your alarm just 15 minutes earlier every few days. So if you wake at 7:0 now, try 6.45 for, say, 3 to 5 days. Once that feels okay, shift to 6 point, then 6.5, and so on. This lets your circadian rhythm adjust naturally. It makes the change sustainable, less of a shock.
Like gently nudging your internal clock, not hitting it with a hammer?
Exactly. So think of your sleep environment, your consistent schedule, this gradual adjustment. That's the essential launch pad. It prepares you for that successful morning liftoff. You're working with your biology, not against it.
Perfect analogy. Okay, launch pad set, ready for liftoff. Let's talk about fueling the rocket, your body. We're moving into hydration, nutrition, movement, all about getting that all-day energy. And the very first thing, maybe even before your feet hit the floor, hydrate.
Yes. It's so simple, often overlooked, but incredibly impactful. After, 7, 8, 9 hours of sleep, your body is naturally dehydrated. Even just breathing and sweating slightly overnight depletes your fluid levels, that sluggish, foggy feeling, often just dehydration.
So that morning grogginess isn't just sleep inertia.
Not entirely. Dehydration plays a big role. Rehydrating immediately helps wake everything up, body and mind, to get your internal systems back online. A lot of people reach for coffee first, but a big glass of water beforehand is fantastic. It's a natural energy boost and great if you want to maybe cut back on caffeine a bit.
So it's more than just thirst. It's actively countering that overnight fluid loss. What are the tangible benefits we might notice right away?
Well, beyond just feeling less groggy, it definitely boosts focus and mental clarity. Your brain is mostly water, remember. It needs hydration to function well. It helps kickstart your metabolism, not for calorie burning per se, but activating all those essential bodily processes like digestion and nutrient absorption. It aids muscle and joint lubrication, makes movement feel easier. It can even improve your mood, as dehydration is linked to irritability.
Interesting. And the energy boost is real.
It is. It stimulates circulation, gets oxygen flowing. It's a direct, healthy boost. And you can enhance it slightly, a pinch of good sea salt for electrolytes, a slice of lemon for taste, and a little vitamin C. Simple tweaks.
Okay, good tips. Now let's bust some myths. You mentioned metabolism. Does drinking water first thing actually burn more calories or jumpstart weight loss on its own?
Yeah, that's a persistent myth. The answer is basically no. Staying hydrated is vital for your metabolism to work optimally, absolutely. But just drinking water in the morning by itself won't magically melt pounds away. Weight management is much more complex.
Okay, good to clarify. What about the flushing toxins idea?
Another common one. Also, not quite right. Your kidneys and liver are your body's amazing detoxification systems. They work 24/7, constantly filtering waste. Drinking enough water supports their function, helps them do their job efficiently, but it doesn't give them some special flush power in the morning. They're always working.
Right, they don't need a morning memo to start work.
Exactly. And lastly, the temperature cold water versus hot or warm water. Does it really matter for health benefits?
Oh yeah, people have strong opinions on that.
They do. But honestly, the overall health benefits come from the amount of water you drink, not so much the temperature. Cold water might feel more refreshing, warm water might feel soothing. But physiologically, the hydration itself is the key. Just get enough.
Makes sense. So for that initial morning hydration kickstart, how much should we aim for? A gallon?
Oh, definitely not a gallon. A moderate amount is best. Aim for maybe 8 to 16 ounces. That's roughly 1 or 2 normal-sized glasses. Enough to rehydrate without making you feel sloshy or running to the bathroom immediately. But honestly, even just a few good sips as soon as you wake up helps.
Okay, 8 to 16 ounces. Manageable.
The bigger picture, though, is your overall daily hydration. The general guidelines are around 11.5 cups total fluids for women, 15.5 for men throughout the day. That includes water from food, too.
And a simple way to check.
Easiest way, check your first morning urine. Dark yellow usually means you're dehydrated. Pale yellow, like lemonade, means you're probably doing okay. It's a quick, built-in hydration gauge.
Super practical.
Okay.
Hydrated. Now let's move to solid fuel, strategic nutrition. Because that mid-morning brain fog, the energy crash, the craving for something sugary often comes down to breakfast, right? Or lack thereof.
Absolutely. Skipping breakfast is almost setting yourself up for sluggishness, poor focus, and making less than ideal food choices later when you're starving. But it's not just about eating something. It's about the right combination. The ideal breakfast includes protein, healthy fats, and complex carbohydrates.
The trifecta, why is that mix so important?
They work together perfectly. Protein provides sustained energy and helps you feel full. Healthy fats are crucial for brain health and also contribute to satiety. Complex carbs offer a slow, steady release of glucose. This combo stabilizes your blood sugar. That's key for maintaining focus, preventing energy crashes, and keeping cravings at bay. It fuels your brain, rather than giving it a quick sugar hit followed by a slump.
So definitely more than just, say, a sugary cereal or a plain bagel.
Right. We need something more balanced.
Can you give us some concrete examples, things people can actually make on a busy morning?
Sure. Greek yogurt is fantastic, high in protein. Top it with berries for fiber and antioxidants, maybe a sprinkle of nuts or seeds for healthy fats and crunch. Quick and easy. Or, if you prefer savory, whole grain toast. Think sourdough or rye with mashed avocado for those good fats, and maybe a boiled or poached egg on top for protein.
Avocado toast with egg, classic for a reason.
It is. Oatmeal's another great one, but use rolled oats, not the instant sugary kind. Cook it and top it with nuts, chia seeds, maybe some fruit. Complex carbs, protein, fat, it's all there. And if you're really short on time, a well-made smoothie can be a complete meal. Spinach, banana, some nut butter, maybe a scoop of protein powder. Blend and go. Just watch out for added sugars and pre-made mixes.
Those are great practical options. Now, speaking of specific foods, you mentioned something intriguing earlier, walnuts. There's a study.
Ah, yes, this is really interesting and quite surprising. A study from the University of Reading looked specifically at the immediate effects of eating walnuts for breakfast on brain function in young adults aged 18 to 30. They gave one group breakfast with about 50 grams of walnuts. That's a pretty generous handful mixed into muesli and yogurt. The control group got a similar breakfast, calorie matched, but without the nuts.
Okay, and what did they find?
The results were pretty compelling. The group that ate the walnuts showed significantly faster reaction times throughout the day. And later in the day, they performed better on memory tasks compared to the control group.
Wow. Faster reactions and better memory just from breakfast walnuts? That's immediate. How?
Well, the researchers suggested a few things. They saw changes in brain activity patterns, suggesting maybe the walnuts help the brain work more efficiently on tough mental tasks. They also saw positive shifts in blood glucose and fatty acid levels, both crucial for brain energy. They credited walnuts' unique profile. Those omega-3 alpha-linolenic fatty acids, good plant protein, and polyphenols, which have antioxidant effects.
So it's the combo of nutrients hitting the brain quickly.
Seems like it. And what was really cool about this study was that it was apparently the first to look specifically at the immediate same-day effects of walnuts on cognition, not just long-term associations. So, while obviously more research is always good, the findings strongly suggest adding a handful of walnuts to your breakfast could be a really smart move for immediate brain power.
That's a fantastic, actionable tip. Add walnuts. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, beyond breakfast, what about avoiding that mid-morning slump? Smart snacking strategies.
Yes. Strategic snacking is key to bridging that gap between breakfast and lunch. The trick is planning ahead. Don't wait until you're ravenous, because that's when you'll grab the easiest, often sugary thing available.
The office donuts calling your name.
Exactly. Have healthy options ready. Think. A banana or apple with a spoonful of almond butter. A small handful of trail mix nuts, seeds, maybe some dried fruit. Hard-boiled eggs are great for protein, even a good quality low-sugar granola bar. These provide sustained energy, keep you full, and prevent that crash.
Good ideas. What about supplements? People often ask about B vitamins or omega-3s for energy and brain function.
Supplements can potentially play a role. Omega-3s, as we mentioned with walnuts, are great for brain health. B-complex vitamins are crucial for energy metabolism. Magnesium can help with stress and muscle function. However, and this is a huge caveat, you absolutely must talk to your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional before starting any supplements.
Right. Don't just self-prescribe based on a podcast.
So you don't. Supplements can interact with medications or might not be right for your specific health situation. Get professional advice first. But fundamentally, remember the analogy. What you feed your body fuels your brilliance. Treat it like that high-performance engine. Give it quality fuel consistently.
Love it. Treat it like a high-performance engine. Okay, body's hydrated, fueled. Let's get them moving, even just a little bit, right? Not necessarily marathon before breakfast.
Absolutely. Incorporating even light exercise or gentle stretching can have a profound impact on your whole day. We're not talking about needing a full hour at the gym, unless that's genuinely your thing. Even 5 minutes of a simple yoga flow, a brisk 10-minute walk outside, or just some basic stretches works wonders.
Just waking the body up.
Exactly. Get the blood flowing, release stiffness from sleep.
And what are the key benefits we get from that, even if it's brief?
Oh, the list is long. It immediately improves blood flow and circulation, getting oxygen to your brain and muscles. Big help for mental clarity. It releases muscle tension, makes you feel less stiff, boosts mental clarity, like I said, enhances flexibility over time, and it's a natural mood lifter, releases endorphins. Plus, it increases your energy levels naturally without needing stimulants.
You mentioned a listener example about a quick stretch.
Yes. Someone shared that doing just a 2-minute stretch routine, focusing on neck, shoulders, lower back, felt like, and I quote, a 50x boost to their speed in getting ready. They said it reduced aches and made mental tasks feel easier. It shows how much impact a tiny, intentional movement habit can have.
Wow, 50x boost from 2 minutes. That's powerful. Micro habits, macro results. And beyond physical movement, there's another simple, free way to wake up the body and regulate our internal clock. Light, natural light.
Yes. Natural light exposure, especially early in the morning, is one of the most potent regulators of your circadian rhythm. It directly impacts focus, alertness, mood, everything. When bright natural light hits your eyes, it sends signals to your brain to suppress melatonin, the sleep hormone.
Okay, turn off the sleep signal.
Right, and stimulate cortisol, the wakefulness signal. It basically tells your body, hey, it's daytime, time to be alert. Just stepping outside for 10, 20, even 30 minutes. Maybe walk, stretch, have your coffee out there, or even just sit by a bright window. It significantly boosts energy and calibrates that internal clock.
So much more powerful than just the overhead lights indoors.
Oh, definitely. Indoor light usually lacks the intensity and specific wavelengths of natural daylight needed for that strong wake-up signal.
Good to know. Get outside if you can, now. For the brave among us, the cold shower jolt. Optional challenge, right?
Yes, definitely optional. This one's for those seeking an extra invigorating boost, maybe a bit of mental toughness training. It usually means a quick blast, maybe 30 seconds, up to a couple of minutes of cold water at the end of your normal shower.
Sounds bracing. What are the supposed benefits?
Well, physiologically, that cold shock forces you to breathe deeper, increases heart rate, boosts circulation. It definitely wakes you up. It can help clear your sinuses, and some find it gives temporary relief from minor aches due to its anti-inflammatory effect. Psychologically, though, is where it gets interesting. It forces discipline. You have to consciously push past discomfort.
Building resilience first thing.
Exactly. Getting through that brief cold blast can give you a real sense of accomplishment. Sets a tone for the day like, I can do hard things. It builds mental fortitude quickly.
Interesting. Maybe worth trying once. Okay, body's primed, hydrated, fueled, moved, exposed to light. Let's shift to sharpening the mind, mental warm-ups, and crucially, protecting your peace, starting with mindfulness or journaling.
Yes, these are incredibly effective and accessible tools for enhancing both mental and physical well-being. They actively work to reduce that feeling of mental clutter, lower stress by engaging your calming nervous system, center your thoughts. They're huge supports for mental health.
And how does that translate to energy and focus?
When your mind is clearer, less cluttered with racing thoughts or worries, you naturally have more focus available. Decision-making improves, and you feel more stable energy throughout the day. The methods vary: formal meditation, simple mindful breathing, gratitude journaling, or just practicing self-awareness, observing thoughts without getting caught up in them.
That sounds great, but what if someone feels like, I don't have time to meditate for 20 minutes? Are there more informal ways to practice mindfulness in the morning rush?
Absolutely. Mindfulness isn't just about sitting on a cushion. It's about bringing awareness to everyday moments. You can transform mundane chores into mindful practice. Take brushing your teeth, or showering, or even making coffee. Instead of letting your mind race ahead to your to-do list, try focusing entirely on the sensory experience.
Like really feel the toothbrush.
Exactly. Notice the sound of the water, the temperature on your skin, the smell of the soap or coffee, the feel of the toothbrush bristles, the physical movements of your arm. Just be fully present with that activity.
Okay, paying deliberate attention. But what happens when inevitably my mind wanders off to worry about that meeting, or remember I forgot to reply to an email?
It will wander. That's totally normal. The practice isn't about stopping thoughts. It's about noticing when they've wandered. When a thought pops up, just gently acknowledge it. Thinking about the meeting, no judgment. Then gently, kindly redirect your attention back to the sensory experience. The water, the brush, the smell. Your attention will wander again and again, each time you notice and bring it back. That's the practice succeeding. You're building mindfulness muscle memory.
Mindfulness muscle memory. I like that. Makes it feel less abstract, more like training. Okay, another technique, the brain dump, followed by visualization. Tell us about that combo.
It's a really powerful 1-2 punch for clarity and direction. First, the brain dump. Grab a notebook or a notes app, whatever, and just write down everything that's swirling in your head. Worries, tasks, ideas, frustrations. No filter, no judgment. Don't worry about grammar. Just get it all out.
Like decluttering your mental attic.
Exactly. It externalizes the chaos, makes it feel less overwhelming, clears mental space right at the start. Then immediately after, take a moment for visualization. Close your eyes or just focus inward. Vividly picture how you want to feel, act, and show up during your ideal day. It's not just daydreaming, it's setting a clear intention, a positive emotional tone, priming your mind for what you want to create.
A listener mentioned just writing one sentence helped them.
Yes, sometimes that's all it takes. One sentence about feelings, intentions, ideas. It can be incredibly grounding and clarifying.
Great starting point. Now, for those days when the to-do list feels like a monster, the Power 3 strategy, how does that work?
The Power 3 is brilliantly simple but effective. After your brain dump or visualization, just identify and write down only three absolute must-do tasks for the day. These are your non-negotiables. The things that, if you get them done, will make you feel like the day was a success. Keep it simple, achievable, maybe a little brave.
Just 3. So it combats that overwhelm of seeing like 20 things on the list.
Precisely. It prevents overwhelm, keeps you focused, especially if you have a lot of competing demands or varied start times. Just listing your top priorities first thing sets a positive, proactive tone and stops you feeling scattered. It directs your energy intentionally.
Intentional focus, which leads us right into protecting that focus, protecting your peace, because all these great habits can get instantly derailed by the phone, that morning saboteur.
Oh, absolutely. The phone and screens in general, first thing in the morning. Checking notifications, scrolling social media, diving into email. It's more than just a time sink. It triggers cortisol spikes, stress response. It fuels comparison, looking at everyone else's highlight reel. It hijacks your day before it's even begun.
It's that dopamine hit, but with a mental health cost, right? It puts you straight into reactive mode.
Exactly. You start the day responding to external pings and demands, not setting your own agenda. It's a really negative loop.
So how do we create that distraction-free zone, especially when the phone is often our alarm clock?
Good point. The single most effective strategy: no phones in the bedroom, period. Charge it in another room overnight. This kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Prevents doom scrolling before bed, which wrecks sleep, and forces you to physically get out of bed to turn off the alarm, rather than just rolling over and grabbing it.
Ooh, that's a tough one for many, but I see the power in it. What else?
Try technology-free walks. If you take a morning walk, leave the phone at home sometimes. Just be present. Observe. It's amazing how different it feels.
Reclaiming your attention. Good. What about setting boundaries within the apps? The pull is strong.
It is. You need intentional strategies. Use app timers if your phone has them set limits for social media. Awareness is the first step. Implement a personal rule. No phone for the first 30 minutes or even 60 minutes of the day. And consciously replace that scrolling habit. Instead of grabbing the phone, grab your journal or do some stretches or sip that lemon water mindfully. You're sending a message. My well-being comes before my inbox.
Replacing the habit, not just trying to resist it. Smart.
And curate your feeds. Regularly unfollow or mute accounts that don't inspire you or make you feel good. Be ruthless about protecting your mental space. Turn off non-essential notifications. Do you really need an alert every time someone likes your photo? Probably not. Reduce that phone anxiety.
It's about being deliberate, isn't it? Not letting the phone be the default activity.
Precisely. Before you pick it up, just pause. Ask yourself, is this the best use of my time right now? Is there something more important I could be doing? That micro-pause can break the habit loop and find alternative activities. Hobbies that inherently require you to put the phone down. Yoga, hiking, painting, reading a physical book, even crosswords or Sudoku to engage your brain differently.
The core message then is creating space for clarity, not chaos.
Exactly. It's not about digital perfection. It's about intentionally designing your morning for peace and focus, not reactivity.
I love that. Clarity, not chaos. Now let's be real. Not everyone is morning lurk. Some are night owls, some have crazy shifts, some are parents with unpredictable little ones. How do we make routines that actually flex with real life?
This is so crucial, because trying to force a routine that doesn't fit your life or your natural rhythm is why people give up. The goal isn't to copy someone else's perfect 5 a.m. routine from Instagram. It's to build one that works for you, your chronotype, your life stage, your preferences.
So for a night owl, maybe forcing 5 a.m. is just torture.
Probably. For a natural night owl, maybe the focus isn't on waking super early, but on incorporating beneficial habits whenever they naturally wake up. Maybe it's journaling right away or some gentle stretching. Work with your nature, make gradual shifts if needed, but don't fight your biology unnecessarily.
Customization is key. What about for, say, a busy parent versus maybe a creative type?
For busy professionals or parents, it's often about quick wins and habit stacking. Pairing a new small habit with something you already do, like while the coffee brews, do 5 deep breaths. Or while making kids' lunches, listen to an uplifting podcast snippet. It's about finding those small pockets of intention. For creatives, maybe the routine leans more towards protecting time for unstructured thought, journaling for ideas, or light creative work before the day's demands hit. Maybe longer, more immersive, but still intentional.
And routines shouldn't be set in stone forever, right? Life changes.
Absolutely. Your routine should evolve. What works in summer might differ from winter. What you needed as a new parent is different from when the kids are older. If your job changes, your routine might need to adapt. Maybe meditation feels right now, but next year it's a brisk walk. Maybe you need more stretching now due to physical demands. The consistency isn't in doing the exact same thing forever. It's in consistently building productive habits that flow with your life, support your current needs. That's how you sustain it.
Flexible consistency. I like that. Not rigid, but reliable in its support. And underpinning all this, the real source of sustainable energy, self-care. It's not just fluffy stuff, is it?
Not at all. It's not vanity, not a luxury. It's foundational. It's how you fuel your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical energy. Simple practices, meditation, breathwork, gratitude, even a mindful skincare routine. They become powerful confidence rituals. They're acts of acknowledging your own worth, investing in yourself, signaling that you matter. That builds self-trust.
And it sounds like the way you do them matters too, not just rushing through a checklist.
Exactly. The key is often doing them slowly, intentionally. Savor that coffee, feel the warmth, smell the aroma. Write just one meaningful line in your journal. Stretch gently, really feeling the muscles. These slow, intentional acts ground you. They build confidence. They build momentum for the day from a place of inner strength, not just pushing through.
Okay, we've covered a massive amount of ground today, really digging into how to transform mornings and maybe transform your life along with them. We've seen how the morning isn't just the start, it's the foundation for well-being, productivity, success.
From the simple act of hydrating first thing to fueling strategically maybe with those brain-boosting walnuts, to cultivating mental clarity with mindfulness, and crucially, protecting your peace from digital noise. The power really is in your hands.
These aren't just nice ideas. They're actionable steps, grounded in how our bodies and brains actually work best.
And the core truth that emerged, I think, is this. You probably don't need more hours in the day. What you need are great morning habits. You're likely not lazy. Maybe you just haven't designed your morning yet, the one that truly supports you.
Right. And those tiny wins, drinking the water, doing the stretch, writing the sentence, they add up. They build a stronger, more confident, more resilient you, one choice at a time.
So as you've been listening, think about it. What's one small habit, just one thing we talked about today that really resonated, that felt like, yeah, I could maybe do that?
Could you commit to trying just that one thing, starting tomorrow? Maybe just for 7 days, see how it feels.
Imagine the ripple effect, that tiny, consistent step. How it could shift your energy, your focus, your success. Not just tomorrow, but day after day.
We invite you to take charge of one morning at a time. Do it with intention, with self-compassion, and just watch. Watch how your whole life might begin to follow.
Until our next deep dive, keep exploring, keep learning, keep growing.
And keep building your boldest self.